Morning. Well, I don't know. It's in the morning over here. I'm still in San Francisco, so it's probably it's in the evening back in the UK. So I thought I'll get right in your face today and have a conversation with you because I'm tired of hearing the same old rhetoric that you have to be a 50, 60-year-old man or woman to get into property, and that's completely not the truth. So I want to bust some myths. I want to give you some truths, and I want to teach you a few things, a few entry-level property businesses that you can start that can get you into property. So before I do that, let's understand that this is how it's perceived, that you start off with these entry level businesses and then you progress into bigger things such as developments and construction, and you know what, that's entirely up to yourself. I've stayed at some of the entry levels. I've only started my first development, and that's 5 years into property. I'm about to do my first ever development. Look, you know what, you can do it whenever you want. Don't rush, don't listen to all the nonsense out there. Some people move at faster paces, some people move at slower paces. Take things at your own pace, but the most important thing is, let's get you started in 2018. No more excuses, because I'm about to break those excuses and I'm about to give you the opportunity to start a property business. In fact, 3 property businesses that you can pick which one you want, and they're all actually connected, so you can do all 3 if you wanted to, so you can make yourself some money. Look, I'm not going to insult you by saying, hey, you can start a property business with no money, because that's not true. Yes, you can borrow the money from someone, but you still have to take the money and you have to pay back the money. So it's not technically starting with no money. But I'm going to show you 3 property businesses that you can start with not a lot of money. Money that you can actually borrow without breaking the bank, without selling your soul, or without selling anything else that you might want to sell. So, Number one, this is my favorite one. This is what I do. I run something called a deal packaging slash sourcing business. So I'm going to get deep and straight into it. So sourcing means the ability to go out there and find. Deal packaging means once you found it, you put it together for the investor. Look at it this way. There are tons and tons and tons and tons. How many times can I say tons? Tons of people that want to get into property, but guess what? They don't have the time, or they don't have the skill set, or they don't have the desire to run around every single part of the country or sit down on the internet and find deals. So they pay people like you and I to go out there and find these deals. So that's the sourcing part. Then we make sure that the deal makes sense. If it makes sense, which means the investor gets the return that he's asking for. So if he says, I want to make £300 a month, then the deal that you find should make him £300 a month. You package it all together, you present it to him, which is what we call the packaging side, and guess what? He gives you a fee for that. And you can make anything from £1,000 to £5,000 by finding a deal for someone, putting it together and giving it to them. That's how you start a property business with none of your own money. Now, I have to be very cautious because I don't want to get in trouble with telling you that you don't need any money, because it's not true. And I said I'm getting straight and right in your face today, so you actually listen. It doesn't cost that much to start a deal packaging business. It will cost you around £500. It will cost you around £500, £600 to start that business. But imagine if you sold one deal a month at £1,000. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's simple, and I love saying that. Nothing is easy, in fact, because it depends on your perspective. But it's simple if you follow the guided systems. So, of course, I'm doing it. I know tons of people that are doing it, and I have clients and clients that I've taught how to do the same thing as well that are doing it. So all you need to do is to find one person that wants to buy one deal and charge 1 grand. That's how you get into property without having to have tons and tons of money to buy a deposit. So let's say you set yourself a 2-year target. So forget all this stuff. I want to start now. Start now, perfect it, grow with it. So let's say you've got a 2-year target and you're working with me. You say, hey, listen, I've got 2 years and I want to buy my first home. Okay, let's get you doing one deal a month over a 24-month period. That's £24,000. Come on, £24,000 by being the middleman. That's what I'm saying. Just be the middleman. So that's number one. It's called deal packaging and sourcing. Once you understand that, once you are ethical, once you are compliant, you can sell these deals. You can sell as many as you want. You go from 1 deal to selling 2 deals to selling 3 deals. Then you start going for the bigger deals and you start selling developments and you start earning, I don't want to say those figures because I don't want to get you guys really excited, but just imagine you can earn a few £1,000s by just doing the legwork for someone else. So that's number one. Number two is what we call management. So you can manage a property. So the reason why I said they are all intertwined is, imagine you went out there and you found a serviced accommodation deal for an investor. So you found a property deal for a specific property business for an investor. And then you say, hey, you're a busy man, you're a busy woman. How about I manage it for you? So number one is either you find a deal for them and then you manage it, or you manage the property. So that's business number two, management. You take on that person's property and you can charge anything from 10 to 20% to manage that property. That property might make you a few £100s per month, but guess what? You did not have to put 1 penny. Where's one? 1 penny. Not 2 pennies or dollars or cents, wherever you're watching this video. You didn't have to put down any money to do that. That's what we call management. So service accommodation and management. As long as you know what you're doing, for example, you've done some courses, you've had some experience, then you can approach other people and you say, hey, listen, I can manage your property for you and I charge you 10%, 15, 20%. I know some people charging 25% to manage a property for someone. And when I say manage, I mean you're taking care of every single thing. So you're getting them the bookings, you are sorting out the cleaning, you are sorting out the linen, you are dealing with every single thing that needs to be dealt with for them to effectively have a hands-off property business, because you're taking care of everything, and then for that you get paid 20%. So hey, that's number two. You don't need to have lots and lots of money to run a management business. Number three, another management business. You can manage what we call a rent to rent. So you manage someone else's rent to rent. Rent to rent is another property strategy, which means you are housing multiple people in one accommodation, in one property. So what you can do is manage the relationship of those tenants for the investor. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Let me know, guys. As I said, my voice is getting back, so I'm trying to utilize my voice before it goes again, because I've been partying out here. But that's number one, deal packaging / sourcing. Number two, managing service accommodation for a 10 to 20% fee. Number three, negotiating a specific fee per month for managing someone's rent to rent. Or number four, and now this requires a little bit of negotiation skills, because you can actually start a service accommodation business where you can earn anything from 400, 500 to £1,000 per month. Yes, it's a bit hands-on. I love that. Yes, it's a bit hands-on, but you can earn up to £1,000 per month. Now, I mentioned that you might be able to get the property for free. That depends on your ability to negotiate. If you're able to sit down in front of a landlord and explain why he should give you the property for 1 month for free, for 2 months for free, for 3 months for free. One of the ways we've been able to do that is you find a property that's suitable for your service accommodation business. Service accommodation is pretty much a small boutique hotel in an apartment. So you find a landlord and you explain to him that, hey, I love your property, I would love to take on your property, however, it needs some work. Instead of you, Mr. Landlord, doing the work, how about we negotiate that I go out there and I buy the paint, I go out there and I buy the paint brushes, I go out there, I buy some wallpaper, I will make your house look beautiful, and all you need to do is give me 1 month rent free, or don't charge me a deposit. Which means if you're able to negotiate that properly, it means you can get a house completely free and start making money every single month from that property. Guys, listen, I want to be as direct as possible in 2018. I don't want to sugarcoat it. I don't want to give you guys any excuses not to take action, because listen, it's going to be 2020 soon. It's going to be 2021, 2022, 2023, and you're still going to be saying, oh, I wish I could start a property business, or I wish I could make money from property. My goodness, you can. And then look, I want to find out what your goals are. So let's imagine you get to a place that you're making £500 per month. How many 500s a month do you need in order to save £6,000? It depends on where you live. £6,000 that you've saved or generated profit-wise, that could go down as a deposit to buy a house. Come on. You could save £10,000. That could go down as a deposit to buy another house. You know, there are so many things that you could start to do. Now, when I say buy a house, you could buy a house to live in if you wanted to. You could buy a house as an investment if you wanted to get the rental income. But you have to start from somewhere. So I thought, and I hope I've been very direct with you. I've now given you four ways that you can start a property business in 2019 with, that's not 2019, 2019. 2019. No more excuses. Look, I'll catch you on the other side. Speak to you soon.